skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart that you're really a part of me.
Well, welcome to more of the rock. You didn't think you're going to get finished with the rock yet, did you? That rock still has a lot to teach. The name of this video is The Rock, the Law of Attraction, and the Blacibo effect. You know what a placebo effect is, right? When you take a sugar pill and you believe that it's going to heal you or make you better, and then you're better. But a placebo effect is when you take something and you believe it's going to make you sick, and you get sick. Yeah? That's the nature of what judgments and beliefs will do to you. Because you take them in, and whatever their message is has an effect on you and will produce those kind of results in your life. So, something like life is hard. You know, you had some bad experiences, life is hard. That becomes a life script. It becomes a judgment. If it has teeth, you know, if it has an emotional feeling to it, then that becomes a judgment. And it doesn't change. It's fixed. Yeah? Whereas if you say, today was a hard day, yeah? That's also a judgment, see? Today is a hard day. It's a judgment. But it's not global. It doesn't have an emotional teeth, so tomorrow could be a good day, and that would be a different judgment. Tomorrow is a good day, today's a good day, tomorrow's a better day, see? And those become life scripts. That's what this video is about. And I'm going to use the rock. See? This rock. Now listen, in the last video, I told you about this rock, right? This rock is now, all that you know about the rock is this judgment, this belief, this understanding of the rock, right? It comes from Newfoundland, it's connected to the earth, it teaches you, yeah, and it's representing now your own will, your own essence, right? It's teaching you about the essence. So this rock forms judgments and beliefs that you have now inside of you if you've watched the last video, but it's also in a box. This is the conceptions. This is what you know of the rock, and inside that is the rock itself. See, the rock is contained in there, but the lid, yeah, the lid of the rock, what was containing the rock, all the information about the rock. The lid is not fixed. It's not a fixed judgment. It's not a fixed belief, yeah? So, I can change the information, yeah? I can add to the information, or I can say, oh, this is a certain type of rock, you know? Some kind of hard rock, right? Well, whatever, I talk about the way I could change the information about it, and all that does is just add more script to the box of belief. Yeah? And that's not a problem, right? That's not a problem. So there's a difference between open judgments. You know, it's like today's a good day, today's a bad day, I'm having fun, or this is a miserable job. There's a difference between them, those kind of judgments and beliefs, and fixed. When they're fixed and your soul essence is inside of there, then you can't change it. It cannot be changed. Yeah? If you learn when you're a child that life is hard, then life will be hard. There'll be always an element of this life is hard. Even when you have a good day, there's still that thing that the next day is going to be hard. So there's a fulfilling prophecy, and that's kind of what this video is about. So I showed you in the last video about how these judgments are formed. Somebody's giving you a hard time, and their face is on that box, right? You're not good enough. You're not worthy, right? And then that vibrates inside of you, right? And it stays inside of you. And you have a whole collection of these things. And they are in your intentionality as archetypes. And they rule your life, whether you know it or not. All your life is ruled by judgments and beliefs and ideas and stuff that has power over you. You are powerless because you think that they are you. You think that that judgment, that belief, that denial, what denies you is you. It's not. So I'm going to show you an example of how somebody who says you're not worthy, or you're a mess, or you're killing me, or whatever the judgment is, how that becomes trapped, yeah? And then it becomes part of your law of attraction. A lot of people, millions and millions of people do law of attraction. And law of attraction really works because you have this, you make this image. This is just exactly like language of love. You make this image. Sometimes they draw stuff, or they make this image. They write it down, what their image is, what they want, right? And then they, they do all this kind of stuff. And I want this, and they set it aside and let their subconscious work on it, right? And it works. But for a lot of people, it only works temporarily, or only some of the time. And that's because, if you have a judgment, nothing ever works for me, or I have to work hard to get what I want, or life is a struggle, or God doesn't love me, or if I'm greedy, then I'll be a sinner. If you have those kind of judgments inside of you, then you have conflicting. There's what you want, and then there's this conflicting law of attraction. So it's really pretty simple. I've already shown you how a judgment is formed, right? It's formed with your soul essence. Everything is from your soul, so everything is soul essence. It's not your head. Every judgment and a belief is a container of soul essence. So you're experiencing your soul, which we call will. And will is the proper term for the soul. So you got your will vibrating, and it reaches out to all things. It reaches out primarily to your family and to your coworkers and your friends, and it connects to all of them. And then who and what your soul is vibrated out to them. Yeah. So what they see of you is the soul vibration of all the good things that you're experiencing, and all the bad self-image, the limitations, the fears, the angers, the frustrations, the limitations. They see that too, because we experience people soul to soul. It's the way it goes. And most people are not really getting what they want, mostly because we're overloaded with stuff to want that has nothing to do with fulfilling the soul. But I want to show you how a judgment is formed, and it becomes something wrong with you. It becomes a the law of attraction. Now, that's just because something becomes a law of attraction is not that big of a deal, except if I don't deserve love, it messes up your love life. There is no good man for me. You're never going to find a good man. You have these judgments inside you that are completely self-defeating, self-sabotaging, hurtful, and make your life like shit. Yeah, and it becomes particularly important because I'm going to move into the body, right? The Blacibo, the Blacibo effect. Yeah, and I'm going to show you how in this little clip. How that works. There's something wrong with you. You make me sick. There's something wrong with me? I make you sick? Okay, this happens like that. You hear me saying, first thing, there's something wrong with you. You make me sick. Right? And then there's the other me that's taking it in. First it has the emotional reaction. Right? That's the vibration of the soul, of your soul being trapped. Yeah? Right? And then now it's in there like that. But what the soul hears is, there's something wrong with me. I make you sick. Yeah? See, so it goes from you're the perpetrator, right? There's something wrong with you. You make me sick. And then it's internalized inside of you automatically. It happens like that. There's something wrong with me. I make you sick. Okay? Now, once you have that inside of you, and it's popping, right? It's popping like that, but you don't notice it, right? That's not a core belief in your life. But since it's tagged and it's in the box, there's emotional wounding, you're hurt, and there's the message. There's something wrong with you. You make me sick. And it has your dad's face on it or my face on it. But now it goes into your subconscious. But the message is, there's something wrong with me. I make you sick. Right? What I'm saying is there's something like this is at the foundation of every illness and every disease. Because your parent or whoever was loaded you up with this is gone. Now it's just you and your body. Right? And where there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with me, right? Something wrong with me is now living inside of you with energy. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. I make you sick. I make you sick. Yeah? Now, you get sick. You got inflammation. You got some kind of tumors. You got cancer. You got some kind of stuff like that. And you're taking all kind of pills and you're taking all kind of stuff, right? But you have a program, which is a Blacibo. A Blacibo. It's making you sick. The belief that there is something wrong with you, the judgment, there's something wrong with you. Now you have the judgment, there's something wrong with me. Yeah? That's in there. That's made in your etheric body. That's made into your morphic field. It is the core of your being now because it is your soul, imprint on your soul. And it is fixed. It cannot be opened until you go in there and open it. It doesn't open automatically. It's not an open box. Yeah? It's a fixed box. This is why you have to do the emotional release and the judgment release. And what happens to that life? To that? It's behind every, so, if you have a bad back, there's something about that, my back is killing me, right? Or I have to work hard, or some kind of like that, or this is all too much, or I'm overwhelmed. There's all these judgments that are in there have a direct connection through the law of attraction and the placebo effect. And let me explain to you how the law of attraction works. everything, every thought is connected to a feeling, right? And your feeling is your will. And this happens on the subconscious level, and it works on the conscious level. The law of attraction is trying to make the conscious level go into the subconscious level. So, what is the will? The will is that it always has desire for love, for unconditional love, you know, and absolute inclusivity. It wants to be intact. It always wants to be out of the box. It wants to be whole. It wants to be complete and radiant. That's what it wants. And anytime you say, oh, you know, if you get this car, you're going to be complete and radiant, then it wants that, right? Or you get this better job and you're going to be whole and complete and be loved, then it wants that. So propaganda and advertising works on your soul, playing, what do you call it, the carrot and the whip with the donkey, trying to urge the donkey to go get a car or go get a new job or whatever it is. And so everything you say, feel, and think has an element of soul to it, which is your will. And the will goes like this: I will, I wish, and I want. That's what the will does. It wants love, it wishes for love, and it wants love, you know. I want, I will, I want, I wish. Okay. Now, remember the little conversation, blah, 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 the guy, there's something wrong with you. You make me sick. There's something wrong with me? I make you sick. Says, there's something wrong with you? There's something wrong with you? You make me sick. And now, it just transformed into, there is something wrong with me. I make you sick, right? But because you have to add the I will, I wish, and I want in front of it, I want there's something to be wrong with me. I wish there to be something wrong with me. There will be something wrong with me. That is the message, the full message of every judgment. I will, I wish, I want. I make you sick is this soul making your body sick. I will make you sick. I wish to make you sick. I want to make you sick. You see? I will, I wish, I want. That's all your soul does. Yeah? That's what it does. It vibrates. What it wants in its purest state is it wills, it wishes, and wants love and wholeness and connectedness. But now, your whole soul, a little piece of your soul is stuck in, I will, I wish, I want, to make you sick. And people get sick. And then they start taking all this kind of external stuff. They change their this and they do their that, and they try to feel good about themselves. And all that stuff works because they're giving a little bit of love to themselves, or they're trying to change the atmosphere of their mind by taking this drug or taking this thing, right? But when you go in and find there may be like 30 of these in parallel, right? You make me sick at work, or you make me sick in a relationship, or you make me sick, it has variations on the theme, if you follow me. Or there's something wrong with the way I think, there's something wrong with my relationship to God, there's something wrong with my health. You see, it's variations on the theme from that one primal experience of there's something wrong with me, I make you sick. This is just a real simple example spread out so you can see it, because all this stuff happens like this, goes into your subconscious, and boom, you're one of these sick people, You have, there's sickness in your family, and there's sickness here, and there's, and then there's sickness, and there's breast cancer runs in the family, and breast cancer runs in the family, but judgments run in the family too. Judgments and beliefs go from family to family. You're not good enough will go through generations. There's something wrong with you will go through generations. It's the same thing. So this is about going into the body. Yeah? So and to just kind of cap off, You know, we have these judgments. I've been telling you about doing these judgments just to show you how and why doing the judgment releases is so important, and why doing the emotional release is so important. Because when you shake the box by doing emotional release, you go back to that where it says, ah, ah, right? That shakes the box. And then you find out exactly what the judgment and denial is, and then you can open the box. No, you don't make people sick. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't make people sick. Health is your natural place to be. Your body can heal anything. See, these are the replacements. These are the openness. This is how to open the box. So every judgment that you have, you open the box with at least 6, right? There's 6 sides to a box, at least 6 openings to the box, so that your soul, represented by the rock, can be free to be what it wants to be, which is loving and connected and whole, not contained and constricted and limited and in pain. So it's the end of pain and the return of life, loving life. The life in your soul able to love life again and not be said, there's something wrong with you, you make me sick. And that's the reality that has to happen in your life. That's the life script. That's the law of attraction, of denial. The reason why a law of attraction doesn't work is because people have the law of attraction in denial in spades, and it's with emotions. You know, you're never going to get anywhere. You're lazy. Yeah? You see, and then that goes in there, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, just beyond the edge of where you can think. And then when your dreams don't turn out right and you're feeling really sad because there is no man for me and I can't find my true love and all these things, everything that comes out of your mouth is connected back to a denial. There is no love for me. It's a judgment. There is no man. I can't find a good man. It's a judgment that has limited you. Yeah. If there's no man for me, there's 7 billion people on this planet, and there's no man for you? What? Life is hard. Millions of people have a fairly nice, easy life. There's no big problems. But for you, life is hard. Or for you, you get sick all the time. Yeah? And you say, oh, it's genetics. It's genetics. Yeah. Must be genetics. The last place we look is to the beliefs and the judgments that have been imprinted on us in our subconscious level. You clean them up, and all of a sudden your body has the ability to heal because its natural state is healed and connected and loving. That's the natural state. It takes pressure. It takes pressure to make a body sick. Stress, pressure, a long-term drip, drip, drip of toxic thinking, toxic beliefs, and toxic judgments. So, the rock has a lot to teach, because you want your soul, as the rock, vibrating free. Like I said before, we have these clean faces and dirty souls, and we wonder why, we're not happy. If Mama, the great mother in your belly, if Mama's not happy, ain't nobody happy. And your job is to take your little pea brain, get some love involved in it, and go down there and make Mama happy. Take her out of the prison that she's in, give her love, make her okay. Make your wounded self okay. Take the light of love in there and into the darkness. That's what it's all about. Clean your house. Make your house beautiful for your soul and heart to live in. Not this place of a collection of old dirty boxes full of judgment, hate, and filth, and pain, and shit that we've had to carry around and struggle. And there's people that now there's like a survival cult in the world. I survived my childhood. I survived high school. I survived my job. I survived my message. Right? What is that telling you? They're like so loaded up with pain and judgments that they're like dying. And then it was like a battle. There's a battle. So we're a survivor. Right? It's a survivor cult. I survived my childhood. And like so now you got like still got these arrows stuck all in you, but you somehow you can kind of like hobble along. Which is where we become people of the wounded warrior. Wounded warrior is like he's got these arrows all stuck in him, but he can't, and he still gets up and says, I can still fight. No. To be a true warrior, you take the time that it takes to heal. Pull out every arrow, and it hurts. Ouch! And let it heal. Give it love. Give it what it needs. Pull out another arrow. Ouch! That's emotional release. And then take the arrow and you break it. I no longer believe that this is true. That's what the judgment release is all about. And that's gone. And that wound is healed. This wound is healed. And pretty soon you're not a victim anymore, and you're not a warrior anymore, because there's no more war. You're just a normal human being. And I know that sounds like such a normal goal, but trust me, just to be normal without being in a war, but without being a victim, without having to be a soldier, without being a warrior, without having to call down on the light for mercy and help, and without having to beg some archangel to come and get you out of some mess that you're in because you've been judged to death, tortured to death in your subconscious, and you have done nothing about it because you didn't know how. Yeah, that's not who you are. A normal person, you can just walk out and enjoy nature. It's a beautiful day. It's no big deal. And you look at the political scene. That's what it is. Everything that you don't like in the world is a result of intentionally making people traumatized. Intentionally, people, the Muslims are bad. The blacks are bad. The Jews are bad, the government is, everybody's bad, so we have this badness, so there's this badness in the world, and we carry this badness around in us, and we manifest badness, and the enemy and the fight goes on, right? Because there's a fight inside of us. So they make the fight worse. That's what propaganda is. That's what mainstream media is, my shit meal. Mainstream meal, my shit meal. We eat shit, think that it's doing something, but all it's doing is making more boxes, more separation. It's us against the Aryan nation, or it's the Jews against the Germans, or some kind of shit like that. None of that stuff is real. That's just, when you talk about the lower lords or evil, there are people in this world who actually know how this process works, how to form trauma and make it stick in your soul, how to form trauma, make it stick in your soul. 9/11 was a huge trauma to stick in your soul, and then direct your consciousness to these guys are bad. Turns out, it's a lie. These guys are bad. Now we hate these guys, and now we've killed 12 million of these people. 30 or 50 million, 7 countries, 30 or 50 million people all have to leave their home. Because of the internal strife of these assholes. So, the rock, you want the rock to be a rock, not to be contained by a prison of judgment. You want your soul to be a soul, and you want the will, the wish, and your want of your soul to be free. Your will is to love, you want to love, and you wish to love. Will, wish, and want to love. That's what the soul is all about. And that's what the internal atmosphere, you want the internal atmosphere of your inner being to be an atmosphere of love and cooperation, instead of judgment and alienation. Hate my body. Who told you to hate your body? I hate my body. I hate this about I hate that about myself. Who told you to hate yourself? That is a judgment. That is a judgment. That is a judgment that is encased and fixed. So, you hate your body, right? And then you stuff your face because the pain of hating your body. You stuff your face and you get bigger and you diet and diet. You got a war going on inside of you because of your soul's imprinted hurt. Your soul's hurt, and then it forms a judgment around it. It keeps that hurt alive. So what's going on inside of most people is an emergency ward. with no doctors. Yeah? You have to be the doctor. You have to go in there and find every hurt and every judgment that's actually manifesting in your life. Yeah? That's how you find it. Things that you can't do, dreams that can't become true, places where you failed, things that are limiting you. You can't dance, you can't sing, you can't write, you're not an artist, you can't be successful, you can't be famous, you can't. All the can'ts that you got are because of the law of attraction. All the illnesses that you have are because of the Blacibo effect. Because of all this stuff, okay? So you have to be the doctor. You have to be the rescuer. You have to be the superhero and go inside your emotional body. Feel the emotions, find the judgments, and release that stuff one at a time. Clean every window that's got soot on it between your head, that's in your heart. You clean every window so you can shine your light down into your soul and heal it and feel it. And then you become normal again, and all that fighting, all that stuff is gone. So this is kind of, in a way, remember, will, wish, and want. Everything you say, will, wish, and want is in front of it. Everything. So listen to what you say. If my back hurts or my shoulder hurts, I wish my shoulder hurts. I will that my shoulder will hurt. I want my shoulder to hurt. You see? There's a judgment in there behind that. Yeah? My body's tired, can't take it, or whatever it is. There's always a will, wish, and a want stuck inside a judgment. So this is, in a way, this is kind of the end of my explanation about judgments and denials, and judgment and denial release, and to show you how everything that happens in your life is a manifestation of the law of attraction. But it's the negative side of the law of attraction if you're having a negative, if you're having like less money, less happiness, less fulfillment, less relationship, less love. You know, you see all that less stuff, you're worth nothing. You're worth nothing. So everything you have is going to turn to shit and be worth nothing. Yeah? You know, you have a beautiful house or a beautiful something and you don't feel it because you're worth nothing. Because you want to be worth nothing, you wish to be worth nothing, and you will be worth nothing. Will, wish, and a want. So here you are in a nice place, you spend a lot of hard time to get there, but you don't feel it. You feel like nothing. Yeah? That is the power of the judgments and denials that are in your emotional body that entrap your soul and keeps it from feeling love, connectedness, wholeness. Yeah? That's what's been denied you. So, I'm going to make a couple more videos, I hope, on more in-depth onto the physical body of how emotional traumas and the judgments that surround them manifest as illness in each part of your body and how that works. Because body issues is a direct connection to the emotional issues and your judgments and denial issues. And well, that's 22 minutes. I guess that's enough. Oh, do your empowerments. Do your judgment and denial release. Do your emotional release. Do it. Every day if you have to.